Hey guys, this is Dylan again with Java Technology Solutions. So I just wanted to make another video of bridging the gap between what I spoke about before. So I've already configured the Site3 router and I've already configured the Site3 switch, but I need to configure them so that they can talk to each other over the trunk port. So the first thing that I would like to do is once again I have a text file over here, then I'll paste it into the router or the switch, and then I'll explain what it's doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is highlight my IP range exclusions for DHCP, and since it's basically one command in the GCM, so you right click, and then so you can see here that I have a range for each um, subnet that's going to go from 1 to 100 for all the subnets that I put in there. So we're going to hit OK, and that's going to paste all those in there. So whenever you plug a computer or phone or whatever device into the switch, is going to request a DHCP address, and this range of addresses is excluded from it being requested. So anything between 1 and 100 will not be leased out. Alright. And then for the DHCP pools, it's a very similar scenario, so we're going to copy and paste that in there as well. Alright, so for IP GCP pool data, so as you see here, the network address is going to be the 10.0.10.0 and the subnet mask, and then the default router is going to be 10.0.10.1. And so you can see why up here, where 10.0.10.1, you don't want to lease out your IP gateway. So I'm going to plug that in. And if you want to pause the video and take a look at these, then by all means go ahead. For each IP pool, I have it labeled, and then I have a network address, and then I have the default router, and then each corresponding IP address. And I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. And so now for the sub interfaces, and the sub interfaces is what's going to somewhat connect the trunk port from the router to the switch. We're going to go make sure everything's turned on as well. So I'm going to highlight that over here on my other screen. So the first thing I'll do is I'll do an exit, and I'll do a show IP interface brief. Alright, so Gigabit Ethernet 00 is going to be the port that I have connected to my home LAN, so that's why it's got the 192.168.1.68 address. And then the Gigabit Ethernet 01 is going to be my lab LAN for this router. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to do a config T, I'm going to do interface GI 0/1. And this I'm just going to go ahead and do a duplex auto, and then speed auto. It's not going to speed autos here. It's not going to have an IP address since we're doing sub interfaces. And then I'm going to do a no shut to turn it on. Exit. Alright, so now do another. I'm going to do do show IP interface brief. And so now you can see that it's up and up, but nothing's plugged in yet. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that command that I was talking about. And you can also see over here on the left side where the Fast Ethernet 034 came up because that link is active now. And so right here you see the interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/1.10, that's the sub interface for the data. And then the description is data, and then the encapsulation.1q is 10, so that's matching VLAN 10. And then here is the IP address for that sub interface. And then it just goes down the line with showing each subnet with its gateway and corresponding VLAN ID. Alright, so we just pasted that in there. So now if we hit enter and then to end, and do a show IP interface brief. And then all these are up now because the link is active over here. So now I'll do show IP interface brief over here on the switch. You see that the VLAN 99 is up now because there's an active link for VLAN 99. And so I can go ahead and do a ping 10.0.99.1, and now I have a successful ping because it can reach over the trunk port to the router. So now at this point, anything that you plug into, granted that you configure the switch ports correctly for the VLAN, if you plug a device into a port that's on VLAN 10, it's going to get a 10.0.10 dot whatever address, or between 101 and 254. In this case, since the 1 through 100 are excluded from the DHCP pool. So this is basically it. Again, you just plug in a device based on how you configure the switch, and then it will get those IP addresses, and you should be good to go. A lot of times in today's world, people will use a different DHCP server. They'll configure it on a Windows server or whatever, and that's because if you have a router, and then even if you have two routers and you're using a HSRP configuration, if your DHCP goes down on the router that went down, then you're not going to be able to get DHCP. So anyway, but this is a basic setup. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and if you like the video, please give it a like. Thank you, and have a good day.